Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I'm here to do my paper pumpkin for June 2019. A Little Smile is what this one's called. And it's very cute and sparkly. So I'm going to do three, different cards. I'm going to do one large card and then two variations on the small cards. So I just thought it might be kind of nice to have another idea, and maybe if you wanted a regular size card, you could have it. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 is what the card base is, or 11, 4 1/4 by 11, because you fold it in half. Alright, so I just took some kind of turquoise paper that I had, but of course you can use the colors of Stampin' Up cardstock that work best for you. So this piece is about 2 1/2 by 4 1/8, 2 1/2 by 4 1/8, and I did that just to frame this piece of the small card. I just took and cut the back off of the small card, is all I did. Sorry, there's some little extras here. So that is going to go on there, but I don't want to completely center it because I'm just, going to do some different things, which you'll see in a minute. So I'm just going to put some glue on this. I hope you're all having a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the men out there that have kids. We did our Father's Day breakfast, and now everybody's just kind of kicking back, so I decided to do a quick video with the new paper pumpkin. Just playing around with it last night a little bit. So you can see that I put it closer to this side and a little closer to the top, so it's not centered. And then I'm assuming that they're like, this is sand, this is water, so I'm putting the water at the bottom. Actually, I think I'm going to put these on dimensionals. This one on dimensionals, I should say. And I just have these little dimensionals that I got at Joann's, but of course Stampin' Up has theirs, so those are great too. I just had these here. They're a little bit easier for me to use because they're not quite as tiny. They're tiny, but not quite as tiny, so kind of like them. Yeah, this is cute with all the sparkly sand dollars and starfish and stuff. The only thing that I'm not super thrilled with is the size of the cards, because I mean they're great when you're just given a gift and you just want to put a little teeny card on there, but I don't ever use that many little teeny cards, so sorry if I get my head in there. Just trying to get that centered. I want that centered on there. And then I just did some, this is one of the, I don't know, it's like, I guess supposed to be like coral medallion things that come in the kit. And this, I think I'm just going to have to put a little glue on, because it's, oops, I thought I had the lid on there. It, is very thin, and you can see through it, so I'm just going to put some dots of glue to hold that down. And it will be a little bit loose, like this right here, but I think it'll be fine. I like it on and off like that because I think I'm going to try to put just a little piece of dimensional right there. You can't see it very good on this, so I think it needs like some color to be able to see it. So that's kind of what I was going for there. And I'm just cutting some dimensionals tiny. My daughter has my little tweezers. Eden. Do you still have my tweezers? No. Oh, I thought you did. For your miniature. My goodness, sorry. It's always tricky. And one more up in that other bigger spot here. And they're not sticking great because the glue's there, but they will stick. one a little bit. Alright, I think that'll work. And then I just took some of the twine that comes in the kit, and I just didn't want you guys to have to sit and watch me fiddle with it. So I just wrapped it around my fingers a couple of times like this, and then took it off and snipped it, snipped another piece and tied it in the middle like this, you know, just tied this right in the center. So it just kind of makes sort of a bow, and so I'm just going to kind of put that on there. Put some glue. Oops. And you could do this with the little sticky dots too. Just add some dimension there. That one just doesn't want to stick down all the way. Alright, and then this, I'm just going to kind of, I'm really not liking the way this is. Sorry. Okay, I guess I shouldn't have put that on dimensionals, but I'm going to put this on here too, so right about right there. And then these will go just like on here. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, sorry, I can't remember what I was talking about. You get it all planned out, but then, you know, you change stuff as you go along, so. And if you make a little boo-boo like I did, then you have to change things. Oops. That glitter doesn't want to stick to the, or the glue doesn't want to stick to the glitter up there. I'm going to put quite a bit of glue here because this is going to end up holding a lot of these things down. Okay, and then I just took some sari silk and you know, did a fold, stitched it, and made just a little thing like this. But you could use any ribbon that you have, or you could tear a piece of fabric and do the same thing. So yeah. Yeah, those see-through things are always interesting to glue down, I will say. And the good thing about this sari silk is it lays really nice and flat. So you don't have to worry about it, you know, giving you too much dimension on your card. Alright, so there's one. And then I'm going to do another little, actually that's the only big one I'm going to do. These next two will both be little. And I just switched up the one they did a little bit just for something different, so you don't feel like you have the same card a million times. The hard part is this one kind of has to go this way. It can't really go this way unless you're going to do something completely different with it. But if you want it to be like water and that, this is kind of the, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but I feel like it kind of has to go that way. And I'm just going to put some glue on these palm trees. And I'm actually going to take this, it's one of the palm fronds, I guess is what these are. They're a little bit smaller, maybe they're just some other plant, but, and this comes in the kit too. And this one I want to go behind here with. So I'm just going to do that kind of a thing and glue this back here. Yeah, these cards are so dinky that it's tricky to do much with them. And then I took one of the little flags that come in the kit with the wood grain on it, and I just cut part of it off and stamped "You Are Amazing" because it seemed too big for the card. I just felt like it was covering up all the sand and stuff, and I didn't really want to do that. And then I trimmed this palm frond down, so it's just a smaller, you know, they're all the same size in the kit, but I trimmed it down so that it wasn't all the way down to here. And then I just took some burlap, and I get this burlap just in these rolls at Walmart, and so you can just pull pieces off like that. So I just tied them in a knot like this, and you could do the same thing with the twine. I just liked, this is a little bit more fibery, you know, like the fibers stick out a little bit more. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm trying to figure out which one I want. I'm going to put the sand dollar on first. And these sand dollars look kind of cool on the back too, so if you don't want the glittery part, I think a good way to do it would be to, you know, turn it over. I'm going to put a dimension on this to got ink on my fingers, sorry, earlier. And that I'm just going to kind of put right here, and the little knot, it's just going to go kind of on there, and then you can trim it down some more. But it was just 2 of those little threads of burlap tied together. Okay, so there's another one. You are amazing. That one's cute. And then I'm going to do another little one on this, turned this way instead of horizontal instead of vertical. And then I took a piece of burlap, that same burlap that I just showed you. And I think for this I'm going to go ahead and use a glue stick just because I don't want to see the glue back behind it. So I'm going to put quite a bit just kind of right in the middle. And I want a lot because I don't want it to dry and then just fall off. And then I'm just going to put the burlap kind of askew. And it's just a piece that's probably, let's see, it's like 1 3/4 inches almost by 2 1/4. Just a piece for the middle, basically. And then I had this ribbon left over from the Paper Pumpkin in January, the calendar one, or it was December, I guess. Because they gave us quite a bit of that, and I didn't hang mine on the wall. I just tied a bow on the front of it. But if you don't have that, just use some kind of cute ribbon that you do have. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that color. It can be any color that you have. Let's see, do I want to glue down? I think I'm going to glue on this side because it looks a little bit better. And I'm just adding that, and I'm using wet glue, so I want it to stay there. And then I'm just going to kind of do an arrangement with these little bits. I probably should use the glue stick for that coral thing, but I don't think it'll stick well enough in these two. And this I'm going to kind of overlap the sand dollar. And every inch of it doesn't have to be glued down, because it's fine if it has little dimensions sticking up in places. So I'm going to hang off just a tiny bit. Okay. Just gotta let it dry. I'm going to take that extra piece off there. So those will all dry. So this is what we have, just for some variation on what you got. And that one, I think I'm just going to take that off of there after all that fiddling, right? The one up top isn't quite as bad, even though you can still see it, but that's bugging me. So there's that one, and this one. It's curling, and this one. But once they're all dry, they'll be good. Alright, so I hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.